Today is Friday, May 20th. Yes, it's finally here. It is National Pizza Party Day. Let's take a look at food. Today's news, we saw Campbell's get crushed on some bad news, and the stock really took a beating. But let's look at the other food stocks, because there's a whole lot of bad things happening here. And this is the index. It's the Dow Jones Food Products Index. It's not food sellers, it's the food manufacturers. You can see it's still in a rising trend. It came down to touch the 50-day average here. Not terrible. RSI is a little weak, but not terrible. On balance volume for the group as a whole, pretty good. So not too bad. We can put some lines in here just to get a feeling of where this thing is in support and resistance. Oops. Get rid of that one and move it a little bit. Just eyeballing these right here. So there's some levels in my opinion. So it's right now testing this breakout through the upper resistance level. So as a whole, the food products group, not bad. But let's look at some components. Let's start with Campbell's. That looks pretty bad. I don't know what I've got going here on the right, so let's just get rid of it. You can see what's going on here. We have a slightly higher high, lower RSI. That's a bearish divergence. On balance volume, not telling us much information. Is this a megaphone top? Hard to tell at this point. I don't have enough information. But it sure looks like it. It doesn't look very good here. It looks like there's definitely some issues. And Campbell's is a damaged stock right now. I don't know if I'd say it's a bottom fishing or a buy the dip type of candidate right here. Let's move on to some other big food manufacturing stocks. This is Hormel. Yes, the maker of Spam. Look at this declining trend. You have a gap up here and nothing. Gap down, and then now below the 200-day average. So it's not looking good there. ConAgra. Oops. Get rid of these things. I don't even know why they're there. Another double top. Now this is a nice double top pattern in progress. See it there. So looking for a break below that support level. It's already below the 50-day average, so you got those two things happening at the same time. Now we bearish. You have a bearish divergence in RSI here with a lower high. Although on balance volume, not bad. So you can't make an ironclad case to sell this thing, but if it breaks support there, I think that would be a pretty good sell. Here's Nestle's. Not a whole lot to look at because it is an ADR, so it's not trading in its home country here. But it is just flat going nowhere. And then you have momentum tailing off. Possible change in on-balance volume. But you also have this here. Is that an island gap? Again, it's hard to tell with these ADRs, but it's possible. Take a look here at, this is Kraft Heinz, new conglomerate. Again, let's just put a line in there. You can see that I would draw the support line there. So it hasn't broken support. So this is still arguably a bullish test of a breakout, still above the 50-day average. You can see it hasn't been around that long in this form. So this is one that's possibly a buy the dip candidate. You'd have to do a little bit more research on this one. Okay, let's move on to Unilever. That is an island gap reversal. Candlesticks, that would be an abandoned baby pattern. In either case, made a new high here and then just collapsed. So I think this is pretty weak. Although the overall chart pattern is kind of choppy and a mess, you can probably attribute some of that to the fact it is an ADR. All right, let's move on and let's get to Cisco. This is the food stock, not the tech stock. I always like to leave you with something that's doing something different here. You can see you got a breakout, rising trend, test of the 50-day average. Indicators look all right. So this one is a strong one in an overall, I think, mixed sector. As we saw, the sector index looked okay, but a lot of stocks within, a lot of the big ones, are having some technical difficulties.